dive into the pitch-black ocean and pull up a rusted metal lump that rewrites human history.
In 1901, brave sponge divers plunged 45 meters deep near the Greek island of Antikythera. They dragged up a deformed block of corroded bronze that looked worthless at first glance. For 50 years, this mysterious chunk sat in a museum basement, ignored by the scientific world.
Researchers finally shoved it into an industrial X-ray scanner, and the results blew their minds.
Hiding inside that rock was a hyper-complex system of 30 interlocking microgears cut with insane precision.
How did a mechanical computer rivaling 18th century Swiss watches exist centuries before Jesus was born?
To get how this gadget worked, we need to strip it down to its naked mechanical bones. Forget electricity or silicon chips, because this bad boy ran entirely on pure human muscle.
Grab a hand crank on the side and start turning it, feeding kinetic energy straight into the system. This spins a massive central drive gear that represents the flow of time here on Earth. One full rotation of this master gear equals 1 year, setting the baseline for the entire cosmic dance.
From there, the magic kicks in as rotational force splits into a crazy maze of secondary microgears. These tiny cogs feature tooth ratios calculated with math that would make modern engineers sweat. Take the Metonic cycle gear, which uses a flawless 19 to 235 ratio. This setup perfectly syncs lunar months with the solar year, predicting moon phases flawlessly.
But the Greeks knew the moon doesn't just move in a perfect, boring circle.
To mimic the moon's elliptical orbit, they invented a mind-bending pin and slot mechanism out of solid bronze.
A metal pin slides inside a curved slot, making the moon pointer speed up and slow down.
This nailed Kepler's laws of planetary motion, a discovery that wouldn't happen for another 2,000 years.
All this hidden mechanical chaos pushes data to the multi-layered display dials on the outside.
Bronze pointers sweep across intricate circular scales on both the front and back faces of the device.
Instantly, the machine spits out the exact positions of the sun and the 5 planets known back then.
It tracks lunar nodes to tell you exactly when the moon will cross the sun's blinding path.
Meaning, this analog beast could automatically predict the exact day and hour of upcoming solar eclipses. It even calculated the color of the eclipse halo, giving you a complete cosmic weather forecast.
You are holding the universe in your hands, driven by nothing but friction and brass teeth.
Every gear was cut by hand using primitive files, demanding absolute perfection from the artisan.
If one tooth was off by a millimeter, the whole eclipse prediction would crash and burn.
This wasn't a toy for rich kings. It was an astronomical supercomputer built for hardcore scientific data. It tracked the 4-year cycle of the Pan-Hellenic Games, including the ancient Olympic countdown.
Imagine a mechanical calendar telling you when to plant crops, when to sail, and when to pray. The density of information packed into a shoebox-sized wooden case is frankly terrifying.
Modern CT scans reveal tiny inscriptions acting as a user manual etched right onto the metal covers.
These microscopic letters explain planetary cycles to the user, proving it was a teaching tool.
It bridges the gap between abstract Greek geometry and physical engineering in a way we rarely see. You turn the crank, the gears grind, and the cosmos obeys your command right before your eyes. It is a masterpiece of kinetic art that essentially digitized the sky long before the digital age.
Let's drop this marvel right into a real-world scenario in ancient Greece, around 150 BC.
An astronomer needs to know if a terrifying solar eclipse will darken the skies over Athens next year.
He doesn't need a telescope. He just reaches for his trusty bronze Antikythera device.
He grips the side crank and smoothly rotates it to his target date on the calendar dial.
Deep inside, dozens of hidden gears instantly engage, calculating the complex orbital math.
On a back panel, a bronze pointer glides along a spiral track known as the Saros cycle dial. The pointer suddenly stops, locking precisely into a small cell marked with ancient Greek letters.
He sees the symbol for Helios and Selene sitting right next to each other.
Below that, a tiny glyph indicates the exact hour, warning him the event hits at 3 p.m. The astronomer now knows with absolute certainty that the moon will completely swallow the sun then.
He can warn the city, prepare the temples, and look like an absolute wizard to the locals.
This machine gave humanity a godlike preview of the future, turning chaos into pure order. Then, history delivers a brutal plot twist that completely derails human progress. As Greek civilization crumbles, the highly guarded knowledge of making microgears simply vanishes. A Roman ship carrying this exact device gets smashed by a storm and sinks into the abyssal depths. Mechanical genius is buried under Mediterranean sand, totally forgotten as the Dark Ages roll in.
If this tech hadn't been lost, the Industrial Revolution might have started 1,000 years earlier.
So, how did we figure this out from a box of 82 shattered, calcified fragments?
Modern scientists had to deploy heavy-duty sci-fi tech to reverse engineer this ancient ghost.
Step 1 involved dragging pieces into a massive, custom-built 3D X-ray computer tomography scanner.
High-energy beams pierced through thick crusts of coral and rust to map hidden internal structures.
This revealed microscopic Greek characters etched onto the metal, acting as the original manual.
Step 2 required building a flawless digital reconstruction using advanced 3D simulation software.
Researchers modeled every surviving gear to figure out exactly how they once meshed together.
If a gear was missing, an algorithm used surrounding teeth to calculate its exact size and tooth count.
The Antikythera mechanism is a brutal reminder that our ancestors were way smarter than we think.
Human history isn't a straight line pointing up. It's full of forgotten loops and lost tech peaks.
Next time you swipe on your smartphone, remember its roots lie in bronze gears at the bottom of the sea.
Smash the video on the right to explore the undersea fiber optic matrix handling 99% of global internet.
Hit subscribe so we can keep decoding the wildest engineering miracles of humanity.